What's up, YouTube world? How's everybody doing? It's been a little bit since my last drum set update. So I'm back. I got some pretty cool updates on the kit since my last video. Got some new add-ons, some fun new toys for it, and I thought I'd share them with you. I also thought I'd share how I record my videos. Whoa, excuse me. Holy shit. And just say hey to everybody out there in drumming land and YouTubeville, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into what I've done to the kit. All right, guys, so here is the set. And you might notice right off the bat that the color's different. The original color on this kit was the white marine pearl, but my son and I decided to refinish the drums. So I got online and looked around, and I saw that Sonor actually in their SQ1 line makes a finish called the GT Black. It's basically just a flat black. And my son and I both just absolutely fell in love with this thing, with that finish, with that color. So we decided that we would give it a go. So we did, and we are beyond thrilled with the results. It took about a week and a half because I was very meticulous and wanted to make sure it was done perfectly. So here it is. I'm sorry, again, I'm in my house, and in my corner of my house, as you can see, there's the corner. But we took it all apart and refinished them in black, flat black, and it just turned out a little dirty, but just really turned out beautiful. I am beyond thrilled. Did the snare drum, did all the drums. So that's one of the things. I wish the kit was turned around so you could actually see it a little bit better. But man, just the whole vibe of the kit just changed with that flat black. It just looks mean, looks tough. It's awesome. Very simple, really, to do. The wrap on these come off extremely easy. Just get a heat gun, heat the seam, peel it up, you know, gentle, little bits at a time, and then the wrap just comes off. Then you sand it really good. Just a little quick tip that not a lot of people seem to know about, but for the glue seam that's always left, and I swear by this, carb cleaner, just a can of carb cleaner that you get from the auto parts store, takes that stuff right off. Doesn't hurt the wood, but takes it, I mean, you basically spray it on and wipe it off, and that glue just comes right off. It's a godsend. It's wonderful. I found that out a couple years ago, many years ago, actually, I should say. Works like a champ. So if you decide you want to refinish some drums, get you a couple cans of that. It'll make your life a lot easier. So we just removed the wrap, used a carb clean to get rid of the glue, sanded, started with a 350 grit sand just to get some of the rough stuff smoothed out a little bit. And then I went to 600, sanded that to where it was nice and smooth, and then I went all the way up to 1,000, and once it was at 1,000 and everything was super buttery smooth, then I put several coats of the black on. As soon as the black was good, when I was happy with the 3 coats, I went to 2,000 grit sandpaper, did a very light sanding all the way around, put on 2 more coats, let those dry for 24 hours, and then I did another very light sanding with a 2,000 grit sanding sponge. I mean, you're barely even touching the surface. You're just very, very lightly rubbing the shell, just to get any tiny little bumps, grit, anything. And you want that thing just beautifully smooth. So I sanded all of them again with 2,000 grit, and then applied 2 more final coats of black, and let that dry. Then I did another sanding, and then I applied 3 coats of clear. matte clear. And the spray paint I used, this might make some of you laugh, but it was the Rust-Oleum 2x coat in flat black. I used 3 cans to do this whole kit, which is pretty crazy. 3 cans, and then I used 2 cans of the clear to do all of the thing. Same brand, Rust-Oleum matte clear. Sprayed that on, and before I put on the clear, I let it dry for 48 hours. You really want to let it dry, because if you don't, if there's any kind of wet spot, that clear will lift that up and make it bubble. So you really want to let it dry. So that's that. So that's the drums itself. The other cool thing is I got this 14-inch Zildjian Oriental China at a pawn shop for 70 bucks. Thing is like brand new. I tried to get the logos off because I just really am not a logo guy. And then of course I poked some holes in it because I wanted it to mimic a little bit more of the Holy China. So I poked some holes in it. And all you need to do that really is a step bit or tree bit. Step bit is really what they're called. Harbor Freight sells them pack of 3 for like 11 bucks, and they work fantastic. Step bit. And you can really set the holes really anywhere you want. You can't really mess it up, go wild. I mean, I made that pattern and just kind of went off on my own. Same with this. It's a whole nother different pattern. I went off on my own on that. Step bit. It's awesome. So got that. And then I got sim pads all the way around. Sim pads are awesome. I mean, this is nice and firmly tight, but it's got lots of movement because of those pads. The cymbal just kind of sits almost like it floats on the stand. Sim pads are awesome. Super, super cool. I think I already talked to you about the snare weights. Well, you might be seeing that little guy right there. That is the Yamaha EAD. That is how I do all of my recording. Just a little guy right there. It's got 2 mics up here, one going that way, one going that way, and then a trigger. That's what I'm using for my recording. The AD system is right there. Awesome, awesome, awesome little gadget. I am absolutely in love with this thing. It's so cool. So cool. I highly recommend it. And to beef it up just a little bit more, I added a couple triggers. D-drum red shots. So I got a couple of those. There's a trick to these though. They didn't work really good out of the box. See if I can get this to focus in a little bit. It's not going to focus very good. Anyway, if you notice, the blue is factory foam under there, and then the white is my fix-it job. Excuse me, or my upgrade. So what the deal is with these is the sensor is, when the foam is on there before the modification, the sensor sits directly on the head. Just, I mean, it's right on the head. And it was causing all kinds of false triggering and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, why would they put that on the end? So I just came up with this stupid idea to cut the foam in half, take the sensor, stick it on the blue half, and then put replacement foam. I didn't want the super dense blue that they use. I wanted a softer to absorb some of that impact. So I went to Walgreens and bought some, their round little foam pads in a little pack of like 15, which I'll show you here in a minute. And got a little super glue, so I glued the sensor to the blue pad, and then took the white pad, glued that directly on top of the sensor, and now I've been able to turn my sensitivity up, so it gets all my notes, everything that I want to hit. There's no crosstalk. There's no oh my gosh, what am I trying to say? There's no just totally drew a mind fart. Anyway, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Probably come to me in a minute. But anyway, it completely fixed the problem. And it's a pretty cool little device. I'm sure most of you know what they are, but they just screw right down to your existing lug. They're very secure. You don't want to over crank it. You know, it's got to be a smidgen loose. So anyway, so that's that. Made a huge difference because that guy, you know, has a little bit of hard time picking up the lower end from the floor tom. And so I wanted to remedy that. And so anyway, so I got him on that and that. I'm not using my 12-inch because I just really like the 4-piece setup. And the EAD is sick. If you guys have any questions on this whole thing, please just ask. I will be more than happy to answer them for you. But that unit right there is pretty sick. Throw a couple of triggers on your kit and you're good to go. Headphones, I'm rocking the 7 Hertz. These are planar magnetic. Man, why is this not focusing? Anyway, 7 Hertz, timeless. They're a planar magnetic headphone. They sound absolutely incredible. And they're super, super comfortable. They block out tons of noise. They're awesome. I really, really, really like these a lot, actually. And they make my drum sound sick through the EAD. So I am so sorry that my phone is not staying in focus. See, I got another one of those DW3000 stands. So I got one over there for my ride, and then I got one over here for my other crash. I made this bell, cut it down from an old cymbal. So pretty sick. Pretty nice sounding little bell. And then the China. Pretty rad. China sounds sick. Freaking hammer on that thing. You guys have heard the other stuff before. The Wuhan Koi, still absolutely one of my favorite rides. I love this ride. They really, really upped their game with this new Koi series. I absolutely freaking love their cymbals. Then everything's else the same. 13-inch hats, 10-inch Paragon Splash, Paragon Crash, turned ozone. That's a 16-inch. And my homemade bell. These are 13-inch hats, Paragon, DW9000, everything. Pedals, hi-hat stand, throne, or I'm sorry, not throne. Snare stand. Man, I'm having a mind fart today. And then my favorite snare drum is the 13x7 Tama SLP G Maple. Absolutely love that snare. God, this thing just does it all, and it does it really, really well. Just this thing just, oh, the snare is sick with the HD dry head on it. Man, it's a combo made in heaven. So yeah, that's kind of the update. Still rocking the Buddy Rich sticks. Can't go wrong. They just feel great in my hand. And then the software I'm using to record everything is just Audacity. It's free. It's simple. I don't need anything more than that. So just using that. Yeah, that runs right into the computer, records everything, and then I just sync it all up with Filmora to make my videos, and off we go. Ooh, and if you got any metalheads out there, these heavy headphones are absolutely ridiculously amazing. These things are so sick. Actually, it's for any kind of music though, because I listen to everything, and these cover everything awesome. So anyway, that's it, guys. Just wanted to give another rundown on the kit, some of the updates. So I absolutely love it. Really coming together. I just wish I had an actual jam room, but anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, I'd love to hear them again. Please don't be shy. And if you feel led, I'd love it if you hit a like button and even subscribed, but that's completely up to you. Anyway, guys, take care, keep rocking, and we'll see you on the next one.